Friends, hello, greetings and salutations out there. Let's talk about, or am I in here? You see, yeah, that's an art right there. If you know, you know. Yeah, let's talk about Trump media. What's going on here today? Bloodbath in the stock, and finally seeing some sell-off here. Sharks are on it, chum in the water, and let's talk about what could be happening next here. News broke today. About the loss that the company has taken in money, $58 million loss in 2023, which I think like there's people over here like, oh my God, and then there's people over here like, that's a lot of money, but this is a new company, and frankly, I don't really care about the logistics of the quarterlies right now because I'm not investing in Trump media right now for quarterlies or money they're making or what they're bringing in, ad revenue, whatever. I don't care about how much cash they have on hand at the point. I think that's the majority of where most of these investors are at right now with this. Most of us, I'll say. But friends, I do want to say thank you for being here. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm seeing how far I can push this, if I can get this channel up to 10,000 subscribers. And I'm so grateful for everyone being here, and just we keep talking about this together. It's quite fun to watch what is going on with the stock right now, because frankly, there's nothing else like it, and it's very addicting and entertaining. So, talking about today, the stock finally dropped to under $50, which, I mean, still, that's pretty high. That's still really high, and that's better than where most analysts were having it, where they said it was going to be by this time. It was getting ripped apart by analysts last week, and they were saying, most were saying it was going to go back down into the 20s, 30s, which it still possibly could. I am not, living underneath a rock. I do realize that this could plummet back down to $15, and I've kind of been preaching that, but also with another story attached to that with what could happen here, what I think is going to happen with the stock, and I'll go over that again. I can't talk right now, but I'll go over that again. But today with the stock dropping, it was a huge drop today. I mean, it dropped huge. I mean, it went all the way to $45, which, I mean, still, it's not crazy drop. I mean, it's dropping, but it's not like, oh my God. Today, the whole market, the Dow, S&P, NASDAQ did okay. It survived the day. It came back here, but most things were down, and we're just seeing that across the board. But April was, we've been waiting for this month to see, what rates are going to do, inflations. This is going to be a big month for crypto, obviously. So crypto could kind of grab the attention of the overall market, and we could see stocks kind of not do as well as they should, because we've got the Bitcoin happening and all that, and meme coins are going to start to run, all these little things like that. And I think April is going to be more of a buying month, sell month, but buying month too. And I don't know that we're going to see a lot of things go absolutely crazy here. So to wrap all that up for you, and what I'm trying to say here with the stock here with Trump media is that this might be a hard month for it. This might be a hard month here for it. And I'm going to put some stuff up here so you can see it. But talking about this loss, they go over the $58 million annual loss for the stock, for the company. And to me, I'm not concerned about that right now, because I think, like I've explained, you have a majority of people here that are strictly in this for the hype and what this stock could potentially do. And kind of my whole theory of what this stock may do this year, and I have no proof of this, obviously, but being in the market for as long as I have, in going through the whole AMC GameStop situation, watching that unfold, and how Reddit community got a hold of it, how it started, how it ended, and people are still trying to pump that over there. They're still trying, but one thing you're always going to have are people in the market that are just gamblers almost, and God love them, we need them. Because they pump things, they pump them, and you've got day traders, you've got minute-by-minute traders, you got some short-term traders, and then you got just long-term investors, and we all pile up together. We're all doing our own thing, and these are what drive stocks. These are what drive volume in a stock in a given day, in a trading day. So saying that, I kind of think that this year with Trump media here, this stock, DJT, ticker for this, is that we could possibly see this be manipulated quite aggressively this year, to where Trump lovers come here to just push it, and they know it makes Trump money, it helps him, and Trump has already made money off of this, but maybe not so much physical cash as it is just what the company has wrapped up in it, on the stock exchange. So more of an equity, I guess it would be at this point. And obviously a lot of people think that Trump may sell some shares to rally up some money. Nothing has been said about that so far, but these are possibilities. But obviously Trump is doing other things to raise money right now. I don't know where April's going to go here. April 1st here is already showing signs of weakness, but obviously we've still got quite a few more days to go here in April. What else I mean by this being heavily manipulated is that we might actually see people that just want to support Trump buy into this as much as they can to run the stock up. And with that, you have these other investors compounding on this. You have these day traders pushing this. You have Reddit users pushing this, knowing that they can manipulate the stock, because obviously I think it's quite obvious to say that the mainstream market of the media is very bearish on this and very against it working and betting against it, and buying puts on it against calls, and you have these two things colliding. And this is the same kind of thing, somewhat same thing we saw with the GameStop situation. Now I'm not saying that there's going to be like some huge squeeze on this. I think a squeeze and what I'm talking about are two different things. Obviously on the GameStop situation there was a huge squeeze, but with that squeeze too, you saw types of investors come together and bond together and really help push a stock to just something that's never been seen before. So this is a situation that's never been seen before with Trump Media, a stock, a company that you can invest in that is pretty much owned by the former president, and possibly months, days, hours from now could be the new president once again, twice. If there's a stock in the stock market to get massive publicity, hype around it, push from the owner, and to be a very famous company, in stock on the stock market, this has all the characteristics of that. And obviously I'm not talking about financials, I'm not talking about quarterlies, I'm not talking about deals, I'm not talking about revenue stream, I'm not talking about deals they're making with other platforms, companies. None of that matters this year. I don't think any of that matters this year, and that's why you're going to see the mainstream media hype on the fact that Trump Media, True Social lost this amount of money. They're going under. They're doing this. There's going to be articles out there saying they're filing for bankruptcy. And I say this because it's very hard to find articles. I was saying this last year. It's very hard to find articles and information that's not just one-sided. And, obviously you have to be devil's advocate in everything you put your money into, that you invest in. And obviously, if I went to True Social to see maybe what they were saying, it would be obviously in the positive for them. But obviously when you go to these other offshore, people talking about True Social, majority it's a 9-10 that it's going to be negative against Trump media, all that stuff. I hope that kind of explains how I am this is kind of what I'm thinking this year is going to happen with this. I'm not saying the stock is going to not plummet. I think there's a very high possibility that we could see a very hard month here. Is that going to be April? Possibly could be. I mean, if anything has taught most of us, it's that when we see companies merge with each other, there will be a big push like we had here with Trump Media. And then there should be just a mammoth loss of people that were involved in it. And we haven't quite seen that yet. The stock is still holding. And maybe we're just going back to this $40 to $50 range. This is where we're playing around at. And that's very interesting because that leaves huge opportunity for day traders and just traders alone that are short trading, maybe a few weeks in and out from each other. because we know that when Trump does something that's very good for him slash Trump media, that the stock's going to jump. And Trump hasn't even named a candidate that's running beside him yet. So when that happens, that will be just publicity for Trump. It will be positive either way. It would be positive more than likely, because people will support Trump, will support who is running beside him. So that will be, you see what I'm saying? It's almost like the stock is manipulated. It is. I think that's fair to say. It's manipulated, but investors know that are day trading this, that people that are in this just for the sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy. And it doesn't take a lot of room to make a lot of money. When you're dealing with a stock that's, $50 one day, and maybe it plummets to $45, and then 48 hours later it's back to $51. That is a lot of movement. That is a lot of movement, especially when you're just buying maybe 100 shares to 500 shares. That is a lot of movement, and that's a good paycheck in a week if you're a day trader. So you got to see where this is going here and how it's being set up. So the more that this thing gets traded here, we could really see growth start to be built. But I think the main thing that we're all wondering right now is, what's the bottom? Where is the bottom right now? Is the bottom at 30? Is the bottom at 20? Is the bottom at 15? Or is the bottom going to sit here at 40? Is this going to be what it is? Because, when I do get comments on this, when I make videos about Trump media here, more or not, the comments that I'm seeing, plus comments on like Webull or StockTwits, it's the same comment. It's, I'm staying in this for the long run. I see that comment more than I see I'm selling out, I'm in and out. I don't really see that comment. I see the comment as I'm buying in every week, or I'm not selling. And that's kind of what we're seeing right now. We're not seeing huge aggressive sell-off. But I mean, today obviously was, but we're back to kind of where we started. So it's a very interesting situation that's unfolding here. And, I think we're still just chipping away at what is going on here and what we can expect with what's going to happen with the stock. So I'm totally excited. I love when there's drama. I love when there's chaos in the market. I love when there's something that's not reacting to how analysts say it's going to react and how it should react. It's just, I think this is going to be a rogue stock for the rest of the year. It's going to do what it wants to do, and it's not going to make a lot of sense at times, but it's going to do what it wants to do, and that's that. Friends, talking about Rumble, because I cover Rumble too, and I love Rumble. Rumble is one of my favorite investments right now. I'm kind of betting the house on Rumble. I think if you've been with me, you know that. Rumble dropped down here to $7.20. Not crazy at all. Not crazy. We've had Rumble here before, so this isn't crazy. Rumble is playing around this low $7 to $8 range, and if we stay at that until next quarterly, I'm happy as a pig in mud. That may not sound like a lot, but honestly, I have patience when it comes to what could be here. Rumble is knocking out these quarterlies, and if we keep knocking out quarterlies, even if they just make quarterly, they just make it, I'm happy. Because I do think that when we see this next bull run, these low cap stocks like Rumble, like Fubo, other ones, even some low AI stocks or bank stocks that are just, they're bringing out good quarterlies. By next year, they should have more cash on hand or debt free. A lot of these companies, and Rumble is right in the middle of that. Like right at the head of that, actually. And right now we're seeing this race right now. There's this thing going on. Obviously you have YouTube. YouTube is just, YouTube is where it's at right now. I don't know that YouTube's going to get beat, and YouTube's wrapped up in a lot of other tentacles in the stock market, obviously. But, we have Reddit that just came to market. That's sitting at a $45 share price. That's falling though. And more than likely Reddit will correct itself down to like this is probably going to make people mad, but it will probably fall down to a $20 range. Probably by the end of the year, it will be there. And that's a similar situation of what we're looking at here with Trump media. But Rumble, for what it offers and what Rumble is trying to do, also with deals, to me is the better outcome when we look at 5 to 10 years down the road. And that's why I really think I just, I think if you've called some right stocks in your own personal investing, it's a wonderful feeling. It's a wonderful feeling when you just do the homework and you have the patience and you invest in something and it works out. And I've done it quite a bit, but I've also had some bad plays too. We've all had bad plays. But I feel like Rumble is just one of those things. It's knocking out quarterlies. I believe what they're saying, and next year we should see its cash flow free. So those are huge things we want to see in a company for the trajectory of what they can do here. So my play here for these low cap stocks here is that when we have another bull run in the market, whether that's this year, at the end of this year, or next year, we see these low cap stocks that are killing quarterlies, doing what they're supposed to do, and we're really going to see them take off because we're going to see a lot of money be shot into the market by people looking for things to buy. There's still millions of people that are not in the market right now that are going to show up here whenever the bull market shows up. That's just the truth of it. And that's what's going to happen. Friends, I'm going to shut up now. I wish all of you the best of luck this week trading, and thank you so much for being here. Man, what an exciting time to be an investor. If you can't find a deal, I hate it for you because there's a lot going on right now. Man, Tesla and SoFi, can't go wrong there. Friends, I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.